Hello and welcome back to Artful. In this week's tutorial, we're going to be using our colouring pencils to draw some of the contestants for this year's Eurovision. It's imperative that you keep your pencils very sharp when you're drawing at this scale. It will help keep your drawings precise. To start off with, I'm drawing Britain's entry to the competition, Sam Ryder, who will be entering with his song Spaceman. I thought Sam would be interesting to draw because of his wild hair and clothes, and I'm often seen him perform in a one-piece jumpsuit. As a general rule of thumb, once you've drawn a head, a person's height is around 8 heads high. Their arm span will also approximately be the same length as a person's height. Now these illustrations are minuscule, only around a couple of centimetres each. I think lots of people when they start drawing for the first time get frustrated when they scale up too large. I hope this shows that you can still make effective artwork that is much smaller. These could be people walking down the street that you could quickly sketch or capture in a small pocket-sized sketchbook. We'd love to know how you're getting on with your pencil sketches, so tag us on Instagram and your creations at Artful Box. Next, I'm drawing Jeremy Macchiesi, who is entering from Belgium with his song Miss You. I was struck by some press shots of Jeremy with his shock of blonde hair and a sharp maroon suit, and thought he would also be great fun to draw. You can use our illustration of Sam almost as a scale reference to how tall Jeremy should be. Remember the 8 heads rule. So you'll see how I've drawn the initial layer of Jeremy's suit with the postbox red pencil. I've used a light brown for his skin tone and a sand for his blonde hair, before layering on top of our postbox red with a bottle of red pencil to give his suit that kind of rich, velvety texture. Once I've used our midnight pencil to give him a microphone to sing onto, I can start work onto our next contestants. I've decided to draw a few of the members of the group Kalush Orchestra from Ukraine, who are entering with their song Stefania. I was just captivated by how interesting the group's costumes were. Now if Eurovision isn't for you, and I can concede that it is an acquired taste, treat this as an exercise to go and draw interesting people from life. Find someone with a bit of life and colour, and I think regularly drawing objects and shapes from observation that are a bit unfamiliar to you can help mould you into becoming a better artist. I love this man's pink bucket hat, which I've sketched in with our bubblegum pencil, as well as the details of his waistcoat that I've sketched in with our denim and pumpkin pencils. I'm using a mudslide brown to sketch in his bandmate's costume, which, from press photos, seems to almost look like it's made from a Hessian sack, or it's the sort of thing you'd wear to camouflage yourself with your surroundings. I'm adding the extra texture to our mudslide layer with our bear cub pencil, before adding in some facial details with our bottle of red pencil. Another of his bandmates next, and I'd love to know the meeting where these guys decided their costumes. This man is wearing a net top, so I'm using the coral pencil to sketch in the details of his torso, and lightly shading some midnight pencils for his tattoos and the all-important sunglasses. I've used our 2 browns, mudslide and bear cub, to draw his net top, before using our bottle of red pencil to outline details such as his forearms and his face. Drawing our final member of the Kalush Orchestra now, using our nickel pencil to sketch in a simple t-shirt and trousers combination. What struck me about this band member is that he was covered in tattoos. For my attempt to capture this detail at this kind of scale, I've used our kingfisher and postbox red pencils, lightly scumbling on top of our coral pencil initial layer. Now onto Norway's entry, Subwoofler, entering with their song Give That Wolf a Banana. Their official bio from the Eurovision site says that they're from the moon, and no, I'm not making that up. I wanted to draw one of Subwoofler for their interesting dance moves and the great masks that complement their stage persona. I've used our sand pencil to sketch in the jackal-like masks, as well as our nickel and midnight pencils for their sharp suits. Finally, I'm drawing North Macedonia's entry, Andrea, participating with her song Circles. Women on average tend to be a bit smaller than men, but the 8-head rule still applies. To draw the details of Andrea's signature hooded jacket, I'm layering a denim and postbox red pencil on top of our nickel underlayer. And once I've drawn a microphone with our midnight pencil for Andrea to sing into, there's our 8 Eurovision contestants pretty much finished. This took me around 40 minutes in total, meaning I spent around 5 minutes on each contestant. See this as an exercise in sketching what's in front of you very quickly. You never know how fast you'll need to draw something in your sketchbook when the inspiration strikes. All of these sketches were made using the pencils found in the Artful colouring pencil starter box. For more Artful tutorials, like and subscribe to our YouTube or visit artful.co.uk. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again soon with a new video.